Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another another show, Bro Talk. As you can see, it's just me here today. I'm in the airport over here in Atlanta, and of course, my plane is delayed, but that's okay because I get to spend more time with my mama. And also I got my brother, my dean right here, Bilal Smith, who just came in now
What's going on?
for
Tell 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 Mama I said hello.
yeah, I let
How
her
you
know.
doing?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I let her know
Mama
for sure.
Hayes. Listen,
Yeah.
love Mama Hayes.
Hey, I can't even tell this story here. I guess I have to wait till another time, man. Maybe if y'all join our group, Bro Talk on Facebook, man, you get some more insider information. We also have a page as well on our Facebook, and follow us on YouTube. Yo, B, you know what I found out this weekend?
What's that?
Yo, my family watches this show.
Wow.
Man, I was so humbled, man. They was like, "Hey, you got that radio show, don't you?" And they just like everybody just saying it, and I'm like, "Man, like, yeah." And at first, I didn't know what they were talking about, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a Facebook show podcast called
That's
Bro Talk."
awesome.
Yeah,
That
I was so humbled by that, man.
man, those are the things that you know what I mean. Uh, you know, man, it's those pushes that you know what I mean, encourage you along the way to say, you know what, I'm a reach up and tie a new knot. You know what I mean? I'm a
Yeah,
keep fighting the fight. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That is
man. I got a lot, kind of on my mind today, so I'm gonna try to share some of it. But first thing is that we buried my uncle this past weekend, and
again, once again, before you go any further, man, our condolences, man.
thank
Our
you,
sincerest, you know what I mean, and deepest condolences, man, to you and the family. You
thank you.
know, to on that, man. You know what I mean. It is. Listen, I don't say goodbye to too many loved ones this year. To you know what I mean. To not, man, really extend that, man, because I understand, man. I trust me, I do.
I know you do, man, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all brothers, man, just sending me the texts and the phone calls, the jokes, and people that are watching here. We tell a lot of jokes, and a lot of time in them jokes, it's just therapy for us. Some of the things that we talk about. But man, I definitely appreciate you, man, for sure, because you on here. I appreciate you. And real quick, man, we just want to send a shout out to Isaac. As you see, he's not on here right now. Isaac needed a break. So, in honor of mental health, honor of boundaries, we told Ike, man, just go ahead and take a break for this week. And we said we got him. It's no biggie. We
Absolutely,
got him. He got to take
absolutely.
care of himself.
And I wanna say, you know what I mean. We sending prayers up for Ezra. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
for sis. He said she was feeling under the weather, so
yeah, for sure. We
we
got you,
we
sir.
send in prayers and well wishes for a speedy recovery.
No doubt. And speaking of prayers, before we got on today, our brother right here was on the prayer line, man. When I tell you, he was on fire, man, and he had the nerve to have it muted. I said, brother, man, if you gonna pray like that, man, go ahead and hit that unmute button and stop playing around. I could use some of that too. But nah, man. Hey, but real quick, just about the trip. So we went down to Memphis, and man, yo, when I tell you, bro, like the amount of love, man, that was just down there was just. First of all, I live in and you know all about Memphis, so I'm talking to the choir with you, but like, so we live in this track called Bridgewater, and what the story is. Listen to this story, B. It's crazy. There was a white man. He owned a bunch of farmland, and what he did was he said, "Hey, listen, I'm only gonna sell to blacks." So all along the division in the track is mostly black families, and a lot of those black families are my family. So that's where they stay. A lot of them stay. I mean, they've moved around the city over the years, but in the early days, that's where they were at, man, in that track. Just like think of the significance of that. That someone said, like, there's a lot that's happened in history, and this is my part that I want to do in order to be able to say, you know what, y'all deserve this land. Like, you know what I mean? Like y'all can have access to this land. So just learning that history, man, and then learning more about like my uncle, his charismaticism, and just the things I didn't think about. a lot of the things I picked up from him, I didn't even realize. So that was cool, man. And seeing my grandmother, man, she's in her 80s, bro. Her sister's in their 80s. Then they got another sister. Like, yo, when I tell you black don't crack, bro, it don't crack, man. I got cousins in 68, 70, look like they 45.
Glory to
Bro,
God, man. Listen, it is a beauty. It is a blessing to, we sometimes we joke and we complain about getting old, or when people throw old jokes out there, but man,
mhm,
it is a blessing
yes.
to get old. You know what I mean?
And that's what they
Um,
kept saying too, man. It was
you
like, hey, man,
know,
it's a blessing to be old.
yeah.
You got this
And
age.
I always say, people are like, "Oh man, B, you getting old?" I say, "Man, it beats the alternative."
It beats the alternative every single time.
I was I wasn't I didn't attend, or I wasn't there for the service, but I was uh I was at a at a memorial service for a sister who passed away. This
Mm. Sorry to hear that,
uh,
man.
yeah, and I didn't know her personally, but she was my first cousins. It was a cousin on her mom's side.
Okay.
So
That's still family though. Feel me?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's just and that's just
And so
yeah.
man, was 44 years old, same age as my brother.
What?
You know what I mean? So I just think about that. I'm like, man, and I'm 4 years from that. I'm like, man, it's I don't take for granted now one day
Yeah.
that I'm
Yeah.
given on this. You know what I'm saying, on this earth, because it was not promised and it didn't have to be.
And you got to speak against that voice in your mind that's trying to say, because it'll try to give like a pattern and say, oh well, all the men seem to be doing this, or all the women, man. I was like, nah, man, no, that's not the record that I'm gonna be playing in my mind, like at all. Like I'm gonna be playing life and living to be old and seeing great grandchildren, man. I'm not gonna use this as an opportunity to self sabotage myself, man, with my own words, man. I'm not doing that. That was
Absolutely,
the other thing too. Just with kind of
absolutely.
everything that's been happening, lately.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's the truth, man. We, I look at my boys and I'll be like, man, I can't wait to see their boys that
Yeah,
the age they are now, or they
yeah,
kids. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, and I want every milestone the Lord got for me. I want to reach it. I want to see it. I want to
yeah,
experience. I want to touch it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Here's the takeaway. One of the takeaways I got from this weekend, and then we'll talk about community stuff. A couple things. One is like our family, yo, they're watching us. Like they may not say nothing all the time. They may not say nothing to you particularly, but when you see them, especially ones that are not in your own town, they're watching everything you're doing. Like that's one of the things we took away. Like, so even when we're online, how we represent ourselves online in the news and media, whatever we do, even in our own family circles, man, like people are watching that, and hopefully they're rooting you on, in that process. The other thing that I learned this weekend, which is kind of crazy, I for the first time I got to see the face of my great great grandfather. And hold on, let me think I got it right here. I'm gonna show you this being now. Watch. This is about to see that. What that look like?
It looked like you.
Yeah, exactly.
It looked like. I mean, I see the features, man. I
Yeah,
see the features,
yeah. And guess
the
what?
cheeks. You know what I mean?
My grandmother looked just like that too. But guess what?
Wow,
He's white. He was the slave owner.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. We don't hear about that stuff, man, up north all the time, man. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
That and
it's
his
man.
last name
It's
is
heavy,
different
man.
than
It's
heavy,
heavy.
bro. Bro, they got their own county, own town. I mean, like, and then their last name is different because we didn't take on their name. We took on a different name. But like, just that history, man. So for like anybody that's watching, yo, talk to the elders in your family just to know the history, man, and just know. where you come from and who you are. It's so important, man. We running around here killing each other, man. We might be killing a cousin. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been so dispersed, especially like folks that came up north, man. We just dispersed for whatever reason.
Absolutely.
You know, like that might be your cousin, your brother, your that's your relative, your blood, man. So
And
before you out here just popping off, man, like these your people.
you listen. Here's the things that I think about. Like, so this year for my anniversary, my wife and I again we got a chance to go down to New Orleans. We talked about it while I was down there, and we went to an actual plantation
Yes.
and had an opportunity to see, slave quarters, and on the wall they have a memorial of the names of many of the slaves. I mean, you're talking over hundreds of slaves who survived. You know what I mean? The period of transition that lived, were born um, prior to slavery ending, but you know lived through the emancipation.
Hmm.
So in these names, you know what I mean? In the, in these names that we saw, many of them had stories attached to them. So here's what I what was significant, right? In these stories, one of them that jumped out at me, and it's coming to me right now. Uh, one of the slaves said his mom had 15 kids,
Mm.
but only like two or three of them had the same mother and father, because they would always sell off. Like,
Yep.
they said she was good for breeding. So every time she'd have a kid or something by one of the slaves, you know what I mean? They'd send
Man.
him off.
Wow.
So
Wow.
so think about all these, you know what I'm saying? So then, so that's one generation out. You got siblings, because let's say they went to another plantation and had children with someone else,
Yep.
and you don't know how many plantations they got sent to and had this happen.
And that's what
So you
happened. That's what happened with us. There's one last name. There's two sets. Dark skin, light skin set. Exactly what you saying, B.
to that end, right? So
Mhm.
when you have that component, that dynamic present, you know what I mean? Man, listen, and you understand it, man. There's no way I could see somebody that looked like me and be ready to
Commit
constantly cause
violence.
them harm. You know what I mean? You
That's the
know,
point I'm trying to make, bro. And we got Brew on the line with us now. What up, Brew?
yes, sir, rude boy,
Martica.
Jamaican
Hey
king.
man, blessing, and love.
Yes, sir. What's going on with you?
Man, nothing much, man. I just wanted to come in, man, listen to you guys,
I
and
know you got
see
some
what's
wise
going
words
on.
for us, man, because you see things on a global level, man. I know you got some wise words for us, for the audience.
In what context?
So right now, currently, we're just talking about family. We're talking about family lineage, and
Hmm.
today's topic we're going to be talking about the community because there's been some things happening, man, where we've been inflicting violence on each other. And when I say each other, man, I'm talking about the black community, specifically in Rochester, and from what I hear, is happening in Memphis too, uh, and communities all over the United States, man. So we really, man, want to address we want to address some things on here, man. And so we just open hearing, man, if I love myself and you and whatever. And then anybody that's in the chat, in the comments, we love to see hear your comments. You got questions or whatnot. But we were just saying that, a lot of us, man, we may be family, man, and we going out and we inflicting violence on each other when that shouldn't even be the case.
But let me,
Hey man,
but again,
I, I hey man, I grow, I become a educated man in Rochester, right? And what I'm hearing going on in Rochester kind of grieved me a little bit. Sometimes I wish I was still there, because I love the youth. I love working with youth. That's one of my passion and that's one of my strengths. And I think a lot of us, like you said, yes, we are killing each other, man, in Memphis and stuff like that, man. Look at that young brother, man. That brother, all he wants to do is to go back and to give to his community. He wasn't trying
Right.
to. He wasn't
Yeah,
trying to
Young
do
Dolph.
certain things. Right?
That got the whole
Yes.
city shook up, man. That got the whole listen.
Yes.
They got the whole city shook up right now.
Yes. And they shook up.
Right.
And
Exactly.
it get to ask you if we become successful to the way we have to go someplace and live because we have a lot of people that just look like us is very envy of us and very envy of the things that we work hard for, right?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
when I saw this happen and I saw Ricky Smiley was talking and I listened to Ricky Smiley and I was like, wow, Ricky Smiley made a lot of sense. I forward that message to my younger brother. You know who that is. I ain't gonna call his name.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always feared for him. That's why whenever I go out, I don't know if you notice, whenever I go out and he's around me, I'm always to the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always chilling. You understand what I'm saying? I'm always chilling. I don't never want to be a part of what y'all have going because I want to be missed. And my eyes is all over the place. Right?
Right.
That's how I do. If you don't know me and I know that he's my brother, I'm okay with that. You understand what I'm saying? And I tell him, I said to him, I said, yo, whenever you go to the Rock, man, I just let me know because I want to be there because I fear for him in a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot
Yeah.
of people out there there's a lot of heavy people out there that we live with, man, that look like us. So
Right.
with that said, with the young Dolph um, situation, I hate that happened to him, and he has two child. He has two young, I think a girl. They have a baby
Mhm.
girl. He has a baby girl, and he has as a little boy.
And he's an
So
older cat, man. I mean, he's not young.
he's not young. He's 36 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
36 years old, bro. He went to go get some cookies at his favorite spot in his hood. He's spending money and he's bringing food to the people. And I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So
That was
the violence in Rochester, man. We as leaders, right? I think a lot of things politics is a part of the problem, in my opinion, and that's only my opinion. Um, we have to get back to make stuff simple, simplistic. You understand what I'm saying? And the leaders, we have to want to lead, and we have to want to lead, and not tell we don't have to get anything out of it. We just have to lead and help these young men and young
That's
women
the key.
to
But
see
that's
what
the
their
key,
value
though.
is, bro.
That's the key is not wanting to that glory, man. Not wanting just to have that shine. Like, yo, just do it because it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it just because your face is out there, your brand is out there, whatever. Like, do it because it's right. It's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing
one
to
of
do.
That's all I'm asking.
one of my favorite quotes by Martin Luther King alludes to that. He says, um, he, you know, vanity asked the question, is it popular? You know what I mean? Or and politic asked the question, is it expedient? You know what I mean? You know, and cowardice asked the question, is it safe? He said, but there must come a time when we do things not because of vanity, popularity, not because of fear of cowardice, or because you know what I mean. It's expedient, like it's gonna benefit us. But we simply must do them because they are right. You know what I mean? And we are in that season and we are in that hour where we just have to do what's right. You know what I mean? And and that's you know what I mean. And I'm not trying to uh kind of take over anything in the sense of dominate the time by getting on here and talking about what work I'm involved in. But with that said, I do want to plug, man. Fathers initiating restorative engagement, man. Operation Fire is a slow burning movement, man, that we're building in this community, and we're acknowledging there's other initiatives and other efforts that have been going forth in Rochester. Rock the Peace, you know what I mean. Rise Up Rochester.
Yeah.
Other, you know what I mean. There's other,
Yeah, D
You know,
Will, what he's doing with that, you know,
so yeah,
it's a lot.
we not trying to reinvent any wheel. If
Yeah,
anything, we want to try to kind of work as perhaps a conduit to all of your efforts and initiatives that are taking place right now
right.
to galvanize some of those movements and bring them together and say, hey, you got this going on this date. You know what I mean? We gonna send it out to as many people as we can, and as many as we can. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to, and sending it out to all of the people that we can. We're gonna try to get all of them to come and support what you working on and what you doing, so that way it'll make what you doing that much more impactful. It's all about impact right now. You know what I mean? I, you
I
know,
got a question for you, brothers.
yes,
I got
sir.
a question for you, brothers. And B, my apologies to cut you off.
Now you good, bro?
Why us as black people or brown people can't work together for just the same common goal? Why? And it's like a 3 or 4 part question. Why
Okay.
do we have to have you have something going? Why do I have to go open up a subdue of the same thing that you're doing, but just rename it? What's the name of your initiative? Fathers in
Yeah,
B. What's the name of it?
fathers initiating restorative
Say it
justice,
again.
Operation Fire.
Right. All right. So I could have created something that say dad and whatever, the same thing. But instead of saying father, say dad. Right. And with that said, you know, what is it, love the boy. You know what I'm saying? With that said, why do we can't just say, okay, Balo came up with a blueprint, it's working. Let's jump on that. We could give him more strength by doing this and put this and add this to it. As a community, man, we fall short in that area of working together for the common goal. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The reason why we open a business, the reason why,
I definitely got
the,
a thought.
huh?
I, I said I definitely got a thought. You know what I mean about to your question. So
Okay, go ahead, brother.
um, I think one of the reasons is this is I think understanding the the structure of a broken system is understanding that when a system is not broken, you know what I mean, in the sense that when we think something is broke, it needs to be fixed. This
The system
system is
made broke.
broken by design. Like
Yeah. Well,
it's intended
it
to
ain't broken
create,
for us. Well,
but no, but that's my point.
yeah,
It's broken from the standpoint of its purpose is to create people who become dependent on services and systems in order to sustain themselves. So what you do is you create an industry where that people benefit from people hurting or people being broken. And what happens is when you limit resources, people say, okay, well, I've been struggling for crumbs so long, then if I have a creative idea or if I have a creative view, rather than get on board and support yours and make yours as big as it can possibly be for the sake of or the betterment of the movement or the whole, what I'll do is I'll go start my own, and then now if I'm CEO of my own, you know now I get CEO dollars. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you
I don't have
get
to
get
make
bread off the top.
yeah I don't
Absolutely.
have to I don't have to make you know what I mean case manager money. I can make CEO money because I'm the one in the driver's seat, and you know what I mean. Now I want to touch on man, my nephew's point. Roger said competition creates creativity. I agree, but that's in a for-profit arena. In this arena
Yeah.
where we are, our goal is the same. I'm not in competition with a brother, you know what I'm saying, who's trying to drive the community forward, who's trying to drive, promote, uplift black and brown communities. You know what I mean? Hey, we listen. How do we get on board together? You know what I mean? There is there are nonprofits in this community um, that are again aimed and targeted towards serving these communities, And if we could just come, if we can come together, you know what I mean? We are, and I'm not trying to, Bible thump nobody, but hear me on this when I say this. There's a scripture that says, one can put 1,000 to flight, and two can put 10,000 to flight. So let's back up and talk about this math, right? If one could put 1,000 to flight, then it would stand to reason that two would put 2,000 to flight.
Which
But
is
the
10 times
scripture,
more.
but
Hmm.
this exactly, but the scripture says two doesn't put 2,000 to flight; it
Nope.
puts 10,000 to flight.
Hmm.
That means we are exponentially more powerful together
Yeah.
than we are apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean,
if we,
that's wisdom, right? I mean, that's wisdom.
so
Two heads
if
are better
we,
than one.
yeah, if we come together, you know what I mean? We are, when what happens is when we can come together as a people, as a community, we have shown, and this honestly, and this is what we got to understand, right? What our opposers have figured out is that coming against us doesn't work. When they came against us externally, it only galvanized us.
Yeah.
What they've done is they've planted seeds within the community to turn us against one another, because the only way, again, and my father, God bless him, he's gone on. He taught me this from the time I was a child. He said the oldest strategy in military combat is divide
Divide
and
and
conquer.
conquer. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You cannot beat a community
But
that is.
we also learned that too. We learned
Yeah.
that too. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Kareem, you don't know nothing about that, but you would just conquer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
But let,
yeah,
let me
but
add let me add this though, bro. If you can, my big brother, let me add this real quick. Is that
yes,
one of
sir.
in addition to that, before you go, is that one of the strategies that happens is, let's say there's three groups and we all trying to target the same community, right? Or
Right.
same participants. What'll happen is that somebody will give money to the one group because they know somebody, they play by the rules, quote unquote, and then they'll leave out the other two groups, and then the other two groups get mad at the one group because they got the money, and so now you got fighting that happens because somebody from the outside said, "Oh yeah, I see what y'all doing," so they're gonna give them money, but then they don't give the other folks money for whatever the case may be, and then that's where you get the infighting right there. That's just one of the
Mm,
strategies. Just wanted to add that.
mm, mm. We got to rise above it, man. We got to figure it out.
Yeah,
I don't have the answer for it, man. But we got to figure some of those little gems out because we know, and we got to hold people accountable. And one of the things that we don't do as brown people and dark people, we don't hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying? And we need to get back to we need to start holding people. We've been doing a lot better. We've been doing a lot better about that. But especially when it comes to our young people, our young kids, man, that we have. All of us are parents. You know what I'm saying? Kareem, you have two. B, you have two. I have one. You know what I'm saying? And we want to see them. The other day, I looked at Josiah. I was in the bed, sleep, man, and I was like, damn, I'm really scared of my son growing up to be a little brown boy. You know what I'm saying? Every day, that's why I'm a homebody. Shafon always say, "Yo, bro, don't go nowhere." You know what I'm saying? Other than me going traveling to go do the things that I love to do, I'm home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could bet money, be like, "Yo, man, baby, call Bruno. Brew got Brew at. Brew's home. You're not gonna see Brew in a club unless it's gonna be some fraternity stuff or just some of us gonna go hang out somewhere. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was gonna say
I'll be
Ruben at the house as undergrad. Since I was an undergrad, Ruby at the
bro.
crib. Like, all
I'm
right,
I'm
man, y'all
in.
go ahead and have fun, man. You be like, yo, I'm at the crib.
I'm at the crib. You know what I'm saying? That's me because it's nothing. I love my TV. Like if my TV went out right now, man, I lose my mind. You know what I'm saying? I would lose
Yeah,
my mind if my TV go out because and I go to the gym. I work out every day, and I come back. If I had to read something, check some emails, I do that. You know what I'm saying? But my TV, you know what I'm saying? Work come at my see. It's safer for me, right? Because there's a lot of little things right now in the world that we live in. It's all messed up. And a lot of us, the people that are messed up, all look like us. And we, we need to get therapy in a lot of little things that we may
Yeah, come
feel
on,
that,
man. That's it right there,
we,
bro.
we may feel that because we are men and we are black men, we are taught not to get therapy. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying? And a lot of things happen in our life that these are family with friends and certain things that we at, you know what I'm saying? Plus this pandemic. And
what up?
I'm not using this pandemic
Hey, hey,
as an excuse,
what's up, baby?
you
How you
know.
doing, man? Good. Hey, look who it is.
But
Look who just rolled
I
up on me
really
at
think
the
that we should do
airport.
it, man.
Look who just rolled up on me at the airport.
What's up? What's up?
Look at this dude.
What's
My
going
little
on, dude?
brother. Hey, yeah.
They said, what up? They
Where
said,
you
what
headed?
up? Where you going? Oh, he coming home. We on the same flight.
Okay, that's
I
what's
seen
up.
this. I see this dude with some Timbs on walking up to me, man. So I looked up. I'm like, oh, that's John.
Hey, don't
That's
put him
what's
on
up.
blast, man. Don't put that man on blast.
But no, I think
Doing the show.
I think, Brew, you raised some great points as it relates to, just kind of how we have to really we gotta rise above it. You know what I mean? We really
Yeah.
have to. Um, but again, a lot of that has to do with the subsequent point Brew made, in that a lot of the trauma that we've internalized. Right now, think
Mhm.
about this. Right, I've been really thinking about this lately. Anger is not a primary emotion. Anger is a secondary emotion that we treat like a primary emotion. The primary emotion is hurt of some kind, and then our response, our conditioned response to that hurt is anger.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And what we have to do is we have to condition ourselves to have a different response out of the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, nephew and you. I mean, yeah, he's saying the same on the same wavelength, man. Is checking our egos, man, as men and as brothers, man, and why do we have to get really angry? And that's what Brew was talking about with the therapy, because there's so much that's packed inside that a little thing as somebody stepping on some all white nights, all white, you know what I mean, uptowns, they explode and then
You're liable to get shot.
yeah, and
it's
Yeah.
crazy that is. It's crazy as that is, right? But you understand the mindset behind it on a couple levels. On one
yeah,
level, um, if I don't have, let's say, okay, if I live in the projects, right, I know I don't own this,
that's
and these
one
people can these people can put me out whenever, right?
at
If
any
I live
time.
if I live in a rent, these people I don't, so I don't really have anything that I can place value in of myself
Mm,
beyond what physically I present to the world.
mm,
We have to begin to empower and instill a sense of value in our community, in our brothers and sisters, beyond what we can see, and that happens by allowing them to touch and expose them to things and have things that again, you know, they can really say, man, this is what's important. You know what I mean? So in the absence of those things, they will put importance on things that really are only superficial.
mm,
So when you do something, you know what I mean, to that thing that they've now found, gives them identity of value or sense of value, then you've made them say, listen, I have to, let me show you how much I'm willing to show you the value I have in this, not in this pair of sneakers, but in me, because this is a reflection of the value that I have in me. Then
mm,
two, the second layer of that
mm.
is that we are conditioned in environments where you can't let anything slide, you can't let anything go, because if
Nope.
you do, then now you become preyed upon. Because if I let somebody come to the block and step on my kicks or sun me in any kind of way, now the next thing you know, you know what I mean, every time I come up to the block, or every time somebody come through the block or the playground, wherever we at, they gonna disrespect me. They gonna sum me. They gonna handle me
Because
a certain type
restraint
of
is
way.
not seen as strength. Restraint isn't seen as strength.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So
but it is
so
strength.
so you respond in a manner that presents itself or projects. Listen, don't cross this line with me because otherwise you're gonna position me and yourselves in a way that there's gonna be consequences.
That's what the fraternity man taught me personally is about restraint, whether it's restraint in words and action, and the fact that one, you don't got to respond to everything, and number two, in a second, we should be able to look at our surroundings, just like Brew was saying earlier. Look at our surroundings, and be able to gauge and be able to judge the type of environment that we're in. We have to, be cognizant of our environment. So, for example, if you walk into a room and you feel like fear grip you, or you get this really bad feeling, walk out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Or if you see that somebody's in danger, you know, pick up the phone and call 911. You know what I'm saying? Because and I'm saying these are individual things I'm talking about. I'm not talking on a mass level. On the mass level, there's more that could be done with that. But on the individual level, matter of fact, we got to wrap up pretty soon, and I'll let y'all two finish up. But um, we've really got to look at the people that we put in office on a local level. And this is one of the things we were talking about this weekend is that we need to provide them with an agenda, saying that we help to put you in the office, whoever these people are, and these are things that we expect for you to happen. We understand that you're not going to get everything done maybe in one term, so we may be gracious enough to elect you again. But now that you're here, this is what we want, and if we don't get this, we're not voting for you.
I, I get it, man. I get it,
I know this.
bro.
This is
It's gonna be a rough ride for all of us, man. And all we have to be patient. We have to be attentive, and we have to tell people the truth.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And we at a time now where, like I think it was I want to say Friday, I was really mad at myself. Somebody bad drive me, and I just stopped like right in the person's track because you run a stop sign. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just stopped, and I'm just looking at him like, you know. And it could be easy for me. It could be
hmm
easier for me if he was on a if he had a bad day. I could easily just go around and let him do what he had to do, and then come home. I could see my son, right?
yeah,
Well, God blessed me to see my son. And when I came and I pulled up, I told myself I was an A. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
I said, come on,
hmm
man. You know better than that.
hmm
You know,
hmm
he bad drive you. Yes, he did. You know what I'm saying? He run the stop sign. Yes, he did. You know what I'm saying? Get out of his way, let him go. You know what I'm saying? And just go. Don't get in no type of, situation. And I tell myself, I look up to the man upstairs and I say, yo, thank you. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
little things like that, even for ourselves, we have to be vigilant within ourselves to see the things that we need to do to be better because we have family that we got to go home to. We have loved ones all over the place that want to see us and want to pick up the phone to call
yeah,
us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And we just have to understand those concepts. We have to
hmm
understand those concepts. And the life we live in now, man, is crazy. Therapy is good. One of my big sisters from Brockport, shout out Roxanne Shepherd, Dr. Roxanne Shepherd. Me
hmm
and her, she called me out so often, man, where she just talked to me about just stuff, right? And one of the things she said, we was having a great conversation. She said to me, "Hurt people, hurt people,"
yeah, yeah,
and the conversation was going so great. And everything she said to me in this conversation, that's one thing I took out of it, and I was like, "Oh yes, I got it." You understand what I'm saying? Hurt people, hurt people.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the things, man. That's one of the things I took from that, and I was like, okay, I got you. I hear you. And it's just a lot of people are hurting now in our society.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And we
yeah,
just got to do better. And our kids, our children are hurting. You know what I'm saying? Our children is
Yeah,
hurting. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, especially when some of those people that the violence
Okay.
has been inflicted on were classmates, people that didn't even get the chance to finish high school yet or go to the next grade, man.
That
Yeah,
too.
and carrying that,
That too, man.
carrying that weight, man. That 21 seems like an old age when really your life was just getting
It's
started.
old age, and they feel like they don't. Hey, Kareem, man. I think Rochester needs peer groups, trained peer groups, because it's one thing I learned when I was a peer
Hmm.
educator. We're not a counselor. We're a peer educator.
Hmm.
Where a young teen learns from a young teen
Yeah,
more than how we look at it as the elder
yeah.
statesman. So like when we go there, it's like we preaching to them. You know what I'm saying? That's the way they look at
Hmm.
it. So I think that if Rochester gets some teen groups, you know what I'm saying? Get some of them kids from out the hood, man. Pay them, give them some
Yeah,
stipend. Take them on trips. Take them.
for real.
Listen, man. Let me tell you something. God is gonna bless me one day, man, where I could take some kids out of Rochester, man. And I want all the kids from the hood.
Yeah,
Sal, Joseph, Hudson, Columbus, you know what I'm saying? All that. I want all of them. And I want to take them just different parts of the world because some of these kids never been anywhere. All they know is just Rochester
that's real,
and what they see on TV. You know what I'm saying? When you take them out, man, and you bring them back, their whole life is changed.
man. They're like it's a whole new world out
And
there,
then they
man.
start doing things.
That's for them. That's waiting for
Yeah,
them. Waiting for
it's
them.
the world. Hey, listen, man, my little man is going. Man, I tell you, man, I'm a die trying.
Yeah,
I'm a die trying, man.
that's what you got to do.
Everywhere I could fly to, if he could fly with me, he's gone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Yeah, you got to see the world.
that's real.
It sharpened their mind, man. It sharpened their mind, their thoughts. They could say, "Wow, this is what Daddy talking about. Wow, that's what my mom was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what Uncle Kareem was talking about."
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is what it
And
is.
we've seen it happen.
We got to do that, man. We
Yeah,
got to do that.
and we know it works. So, like people that's listening now, we just want to thank everybody for your comments. We definitely want to thank Melanated Magic, also known as our manager, Deirdre. Ike Bliss, what's up, brother, man? Even on your rest, man, you just hitting us up in the comments, man, enjoying the conversation. We appreciate you, nephew Rob, man. We
I
appreciate
love you,
you,
boy.
man. Yes, sir, man. And I mean, he came through tonight, man. So we definitely appreciate you. And for everybody else that's been listening and been watching, oh, my cousin Stephanie down in Atlanta, definitely appreciate you, Brew. We thank you for coming on tonight, man, and
Yes, sir.
blessing us with wisdom from the older brother and Bilal, my dean, man. He already know what time it is, and Duke came in. It's crazy, man. You been in the airport, man, brothers. We see each other, man. We don't act like strangers, even when we not at home, man. So I definitely appreciate that. Him and Stefan, his man's that's a good brother right there too. So hey, with that being said,
Yes, sir.
we 43 minutes in. Everybody have a good night, enjoying the game, and go Giants.
Look, don't
The
don't
Giants play
nobody want to
tonight.
hear that Go Giants nonsense, man. Nobody want to hear that Go Giants
Right.
nonsense,
So
man.
look, even my mom said no. Here, say hi to her.
Hey, hey, my
Hey,
dean, my
my
dean is a
guys.
big Giants fan, man. So I can't go against him. I can't go. Oh, tomorrow, Duke, say, Mama,
She said, "Hey, y'all."
it's still around.
And y'all, listen, man. Safe flights, safe
Yeah.
travels. Listen,
She
you,
said it.
Kareem, you lucky, you blessed because Mama getting on that plane. So everybody blessed because Mama got that anointing.
You already, you are. Oh, I gotta let y'all see something tomorrow, man. I'm gonna let you see something.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
good. All right, brothers. Y'all be
All
good.
right now.
Yep. Peace.